Though it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. We're going to be talking about none other than that Cat Williams interview. You know we got to talk about that tonight, as well as a
What happened
bunch
with
of
Cat?
people to join the conversation. What'd you say, Dane?
What happened with Cat?
Oh man, you're gonna find out. You must be one of the people living under the rock. The 35
What's a
million,
rock?
You know what?
35 million people know. We gonna clue you in. All right. So let's get started. All right, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. You know how to do it. So you can find out when we're broadcasting, when we're here, all that good stuff. Sunny Dame, tell the folks what's up.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hola.
2024.
Yes, it is.
We're back.
Happy New Year, happy holidays, happy all that other stuff. Forgot all about that. We ain't been here in a while for real.
September.
September, dang. We've been chilling, vacationing.
It's Sonny's fault. HR gave us all those days off.
We was taking advantage, man. We was calling off. We was taking extra sick days. I think I ran out of sick days.
Dude,
Man.
I just started doing no call no shows. I don't think Sonny noticed.
No, I got sick. I got taken out in November.
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I got
right.
taken
Yeah.
out after I had that baby party. I wasn't right since.
Right. Exactly. But collectively we haven't been here in a few, but we've all been doing our work either behind the scenes, like Dame over at the GFT Join the Conversation group. Sunny's been here with the new show Unreservedly Us. So make sure y'all check out.
Yes, I've been
all
doing
those
that.
replays. That's been going strong for how many weeks now? 6 weeks.
6 weeks. We took the last 2 weeks off. We took right after Christmas and the week after because the topic that we wanted to do, which we're doing this Thursday, we was going to be one member down who actually came up with the topic. So we definitely didn't want to leave her out. So we waited another week. So we're coming back Thursday.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, make sure y'all check that out. But tonight we're going to do some trending topics. We're going to do some topics from the GFT Join the Conversation group. Make sure y'all get over there at facebook.com/group/GFT Join the Conversation, because we definitely have a great time over there. We definitely have a lot of great topics. But there's been some trending stuff happening, specifically with Cat Williams. We're going to get to that a little bit later. Get your thoughts and your opinions on that. But in the meantime, we have a couple of other topics we want to run through first. And which one do we want to start with, guys? Which one?
I think we should start off with the 20 year. The 20 year.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I think we've had a couple of those topics pop up recently. The one with the 10-year.
Cinco made an appearance.
Oh, what up, Dos Cinco?
He's on my heels all day.
And of course, looking the wrong way. He never looks this way. Either we get his butt or his side view. We never get Cinco's face.
Get his whiskers all in the camera.
Right. I remember that one day he walked by. He had no clue he was on the screen. He just was like, whatever.
Hey, Sonny, is that a special cup that you've been talking about on the internet? No.
Well, this is the cup my best friend made for my birthday. The Sex with Sunny cup.
Oh, nice.
I thought it was that new cup that everybody's going crazy over.
Yeah, people be like, oh, let's
I know
cute. It got my face and everything, got the logo. I got to figure out how to make them because people, when I take it out, they be like, hey, I'm like, yeah, it's my personal drinking cup. Be outside with it.
Yeah, we got to get some cups like that for our shows. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute. And you can put water in it. You can put hot stuff in it and everything.
Right. So back to the topic. Where was it at?
We're talking about the 20-year proposals.
Yeah, so there was one where the guy had proposed to the girl after 10 years, and she was very upset that he proposed to her, because he proposed to her in the car for one. But then we got the other article, and let me bring this up real quick about Beanie Man. And give me 1 second. I'm trying to do a screen share. It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while.
I got that down the first time I tried it with unreservedly yes. I'm so proud of myself.
No doubt, no doubt. I got.
So I ain't taking over, Will.
Right. So
she coming for your spot.
Right. So this was the report that Beanie Man proposed to Camille Lee, and he said it was 23 years in the making. And so the internet went wild because some people were like, "Oh my God, I wouldn't wait 20 years to be proposed to. I wouldn't wait, to be engaged and to finally have somebody decide that they wanted to marry me and that kind of thing." We did clarify in our post, what really happened there. But regardless if it's 10 years, 15, 20, what do you guys think is just too long to wait for a proposal? And what do you think makes people wait that long?
So I'm, as the only unmarried person, who had never been married on this podcast right now. I got proposed to a year into dating. So I was younger, much younger than, whatever, but we were almost going into a year or two when I got proposed to. We didn't do, I'm not that big extravagant make a deal thing. We were both at home. We both had to be home that time. I don't know why we wasn't working that day. And we just was sitting around, eating breakfast, talking to each other and just doing what we normally do. And at some point during the day, he proposed, but it wasn't like a big to do. It was just like we sat down, like he gave me his mother's ring. And, we had a conversation, like he proposed, then we talked about it after, like what our expectation was, like that. So coming from that, I've been known, most of the people I know that got married, that I know that are currently still together, say that most men know, well, most of the guys I know say they knew within the first year whether or not they wanted to marry this person. Some of them sooner than that. Right. So as a female, if I know most of the men, and that's probably 85% of the dudes that I know in my lifetime that said that something similar like that to me. So it's like, why wait? 5 years may be a stretch, but I can maybe see that.
Right.
Not necessarily. I don't know. Like, so, but like 10 years, 15, 20, like, I feel like at that point, you just said, okay, I guess we might as well go ahead and do it.
Right.
So, and it's weird to me because I have never been married, but I don't think that I will be with somebody for 5 years. Me personally, be with you for 5 years and you don't even propose to me.
Yeah.
Within or probably within a year or two. And it's not like, and I wouldn't do it as an ultimatum. It's not an ultimatum for me. It's at year 2, and I see that we're not doing anything. We're not progressing. We're not even having a marriage conversation. I don't know why I'm dealing with you. I'm not looking to say that we have to be married. I'm not looking for marriage per se, but I feel like it's one of those things where whether or not you want to marry me within whatever time with at least by year 2, you should know. If you feel like, I mean, at some point, I'm talking about after dating for however long that takes to be in a relationship, you should know whether or not you want to marry me at least by year 2. Right. I don't know why we're at year 5 and you're just sitting there and we're still doing the same old. No.
No, I agree. Totally agree. Hank, you there?
What's up, y'all?
What's good, bro?
Oh, we can't hear you. You low.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
You hear me now?
Barely.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear him. Go ahead, Hank. How long do you think is too long to wait to get engaged, and what do you think makes people wait?
You got to be ready for the moment. Like Sonny said, after a year, I can't agree with that because I knew my wife. We started talking; she was 15. So
well, that's younger years. That makes sense.
I can only give you my experience. I know that we was talking 10 years before we got married. 23 is a little extreme. I mean, at this point, how long like we've been living together and all of that, like we should have just been did it. I had the same situation like you said in the house. It was just me, her, and my oldest daughter. Uh, when I proposed, but like you got to be prepared for that. You got to be ready for it. Maybe we didn't get married because I was still effing around. Maybe I still had some play in me. I know once you get married, this should be the serious situation. This should just be us. It shouldn't be talking to this one and that one. And maybe I'm still into that situation, which is why we didn't get married.
Mhm.
When women give you the ultimatum, I remember somebody telling me this like about a close friend. It was like, if he don't propose to me in the next year, then I'm leaving. And I told her it'd been nice knowing you because you tell him that he's definitely not proposing to you. Uh, what's the what we proposing for if we ain't get married? I know a thousand people had a post about they got engaged. I didn't see a thousand wedding pictures though. Anybody can be proposed to. All that is just, hey, do you want to marry me? That's nothing. That's why I got engaged in March and married in July because I don't give a damn about who's sitting at table seven or what is the song we listening to and none of that. We're still married and it's almost 8 years later. That's the part that matters.
Right,
So
right.
you can't get caught up into how everybody else look at your situation. Y'all gotta do what works for y'all. Some people are swingers and that works for them. My wife can't come tell me like, yo, we going to go to the Johnson's crib because like Mr. Johnson looks decent. Like, I mean, everything will work for everybody. So 20 years is a bit extreme for me, but if you ain't ready, you ain't ready. And this is a very serious situation. You got to have all the play out of you, which is what I did. I had to play out of me because like I said, I met her. I'm fit. She was 15. I was 18. So it was like I still had way too much play in me to be talking about committing to somebody and you gonna be my one and only. I wasn't even looking at chicks like that. It was just like, oh, all right, uh, you trying to get too serious, go too far down the road. I'm cool. Like that's not what I'm looking for. That ain't what I signed up for.
Right.
23 years is extreme though. And shouts out to Beanie Man because when I went to Jamaica, that was the theme song while we was out there. Was that Beanie Man and the girls, damn sugar?
No doubt. So yeah, like you said, going from either experience or from just different observations that I've made, I definitely feel like I to kind of straddle that fence of like, well, not the fence, but just kind of straddle that sentiment of like what Hank was saying about being younger and having that experience of knowing that you like this person and that you like being with this person, but you're also too young or
Yeah, that
too
makes sense. I'm not
or
saying that
you don't,
age.
or you're not in the position. Maybe it's either age or maturity, or maybe you're in school, things like that. That does put some stoppage to that. But I think in terms of more mature adults, adults 25 and older
Facts.
who are out of school or have already started to at least uh, uh, establish their careers, or maybe even into their full careers, things like that. I think we do know within a year, maybe 2 years, that we want to be with a person. I think personally, me myself personally, a year is more than enough time to know that you want to be with a person. If you're on the fence about a person in a year, why are you still with them? You know what I'm saying? Are you really not being with them to be with them? Or are you just still playing around? And that's the thing, the statement you just made, Hank, in terms of still playing around. That means that you're not serious about that relationship, so you weren't ready. And that makes sense because you weren't ready to settle down, or you weren't ready to be specifically just with one person. Not to say you weren't ready to be with her, but you weren't ready to be specifically one person. And you know what? Ain't mad at you for making that decision, but because some people they make that decision on top of still wanting to be with somebody and mess up. But in terms of when you are in that, either that age or that time period of your life where you're like, okay, it's time to settle down, you know, saying that you want to be in either a long-term relationship or be in a marriage, but you are on the fence with somebody for years, for multiple years, that does sound crazy to me, because I'm like, you're just wasting time. You know what I mean? And I think that sometimes people don't realize how little time that we do have, but also why waste, even if you are young, why waste that time knowing that you're with the person that's either more toxic than you want, or not in the right mind space that you do, that you're not compatible with, or is doing things detrimental to the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, those are the things we definitely got to learn how to let go. You know, teach that to the younger people, that, you know, you know, potential is one thing, especially when you're young. That, you know, potential is one thing, but then when you see where that potential is going, or when you see where that person is you know, path they're putting you on, and that's not where you want to go, jump off that ship. You know, there's you know, it's hard to lose love. I get that, but it's also harder to look back on 5, 6, 8, 12 years of your life and go, damn, I have nothing to show for this.
Yeah. But that's why I just want to reiterate.
Sonny?
Huh?
I said, let me jump back in after you.
Oh yeah, I just want to say, so for me getting engaged, I was probably 20 something. So yeah, although I say yes, I'm glad it did not work out, because I was too like, even though I was mature for my age, I wasn't ready for marriage, right? So I'm glad that didn't work out for me. But when I say to what Willie said, I'm sorry, to what Willie said, I'm not talking about 18, 19, 20. If my daughter told me she was getting married right now, she's 21, I'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I don't know if you're ready for that. I don't care how much you make you love somebody. You might not be ready for that. I can say it to her, whatever she's going to do is what she's going to do. But I'm talking about the people that are, like I said, late 20s, 30s, and 40s. I'm sorry, I'm not dating you to be looking at you for 20 plus years, and then you saying, oh, let's get married at age 50. That sounds crazy to me. No, I don't want to get married then. Mm-hmm. I'll be a special friend for that case. Like, and like I said, I might not even be that, because I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm not going to waste too many years on somebody that it's not going anywhere. Like, we going to sit around and do this. Like, it's no elevation in our relationship. It's no, whether it's not, if it's marriage or not, if there's no elevation, I'm not wasting my time with you. I'm 40 now. I don't got time to be on bullshit. I did that in my 20s.
Right. Yeah. No. Seriously.
I ain't doing it.
Let's get Dame's comment real quick, and then we'll jump back over to Hank. Go ahead, Dame. Oh, are you on mute?
Wow, and my man Dame, this is the greatest point Dame's ever made. Oh my God.
He looked so serious. He had his hand on his chin and everything.
Right. He's going in. He's going in.
It's about emotional maturity on a lot of levels, because a lot of guys,
thank you, Dame,
don't realize there's no perfect woman out there for you. There's no Mrs. Right. There's the right person for you eventually, but that has to develop over time of building up in that relationship to see if you want to be with that person. And it doesn't take 10 to 15 years to develop. I wonder if Sonny's the right one for me. We've been dating since June of 2001. Yeah. So it doesn't take that long. Now, it depends. Now, I don't get in people's relationships. That's between those two. If she doesn't require the ring, she's not going to get the ring. Because guys will basically drag their feet if they don't feel like she's the one or doesn't require more of that relationship. And to that guy who proposed in the car, do better. I mean, come on. After 10 years, you can't at least take her out to dinner somewhere.
Or even do it at home. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. You could have had all the kids around, made a little special thing, and been like,
but just in a random car picking up Chick-fil-A, like, oh, I'm like, no, right. 10 years. This woman stuck with you for 10 years, and you can't give her something better than drive my Mitsubishi and I will propose to you while you make this left-hand turn. No.
Get around with pickles and yo.
Dog.
No, I feel like a lot of people were saying that it was like she should have just been grateful that he even asked.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what?
And that was grown.
With a grain.
I was like, really?
With the grain.
Like they're single. Continue.
With the grain of salts. Yeah. I mean, because some guys don't do that. Yeah. Some guys were like, it is what it is. You know, is she going to take it or leave it? I mean, that's what basically he actually just did.
That's what he told her in the video. He was like, hey, you're not appreciative or something to that effect. He said, and basically was like,
No,
you know this and you don't, and it was just like, wow, bro,
that
you double it
that
down,
was
double it down
disrespect.
with foolishness.
For her to get that proposal was disrespect, actually, because 10 years of somebody's life, she could have been doing something better.
Oh, I have 9.
Yeah, go ahead, Hank.
She couldn't have necessarily been doing something better with her life. You don't know everybody's circumstances.
No, no,
Um,
what
I,
ifs?
I don't know what it is about your pussy that keeps attracting ain't shit niggas.
Yeah, I
It's
am.
probably free.
All right. So, couple of things that y'all touched on. Dame said it's the emotional maturity. Whether I was giving you my perspective, from my real life situation. But now, if I met somebody now, then I'm gonna say I'm gonna take 23 years. Nah, I ain't got another 23 years to say that. Obviously, things move faster, and the older you get, it's just because you are like, my clock is ticking here. We gonna be together or not? You bullshitting or not? I don't got time for the games and shit I would have went for in my 20s. But this is why we had that conversation before about the titles matter. This is what I need to know now from Sonny. What is the elevation of our relationship if it ain't us getting married? How do we elevate our relationship if we're not getting
Well, I'm
married?
not saying that marriage is completely off the table. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if we're in year 2 of us being together and we haven't elevated each other on some level, like as far as like, so say if, of course, Zay wants to make a production right now, so y'all can hear him. But anyway, like, so say if I meet this guy, we'll call him Tyrone. Say if I meet Tyrone, right? Walk out of my house tomorrow, meet Tyrone. Tyrone works at my job, and he has these ideas of what he wants to plan to do. Like we talking, and in this conversation, he tell me what he plans on doing with himself going forward as far as career and where he wants to be, right? And I'm saying what I want to do with myself, and we're trying to be together. So if we're in a relationship by the end of year 1, I think in that after that year of dating or after that year of being in a relationship, we should be helping each other with goals. We shouldn't be stagnant and just enjoying each other's company, going out here and there and being unproductive as far as elevating where we're trying to go. Because if you're saying you want this, and you want this type of life, you want to be married, you want this, that, and third, we can't be just sitting around doing the same shit every day for 2 whole years or for any more years, just not doing anything productive. Like other than I'm spending time with you, you're spending time with we just living together and paying bills. No, we should be elevating each other. So if I'm seeing somebody that is I don't use the word lazy, but lazy. And we're just not doing anything. Like if hard times fall and you don't got a job and you lose your job due to whatever reason, or I lose my job and I'm just sitting on the couch every day because we just been doing this thing and it's cool. That's a problem for me. We need to be elevating our relationship to where we're trying to be. We can't be stuck stagnant and doing the same thing day in and day out and not progressing. That's because then that leads to getting married. Why am I want to marry you? You sit on the couch playing PS4 all day and ain't doing that because you lost your job and you're depressed. No, we need to be getting you in therapy to figure out like how you can fix yourself. Like we need to be helping you find a job. Like same with me. If I was in the same position, that we should be a team. Not I'm over here captain of shit right now because you done fell off, or we just sitting here both stagnant. So that's what I mean by elevation. We got to be consistently elevating each other, not necessarily at the same time, but like helping each other better ourselves.
Yeah, and I think that's
hold up, because I was kind of setting this up.
okay.
This is what I'm not. This is where I kind of get lost here, is because we could be elevating each other, but we don't always need to jump to getting married if we're not ready. We
I
shouldn't get
understand
married
that.
no, I'm not. I don't even want to say this to just make it for anybody who's listening. We are not having attack Sunny mode because she's the only woman. If you would like to join in, you can always join the conversation right down there in the comments or ask us for a link and we will send that to you every Monday, 10 o'clock. Um, but we can't be like we should be progressing in our situation. We might be progressing in our situation, but we also shouldn't. If my man come to me at this stage of life and say he met this girl 2 years ago, and then they get married, I'm like, damn, 2 years is kind of fast. Because yeah, you kind of want to lock something down, but you don't want to just lock anything down just to say that you did. Because that's how we end up in another 2 years, 18 months to, oh yeah, I ain't even with her no more. So damn, y'all had got that house and that car, and now like what? Now you was with the kids, and now that ain't your son no more because you kept calling him your son. And now what's that situation like? So we can't just jump into things just to jump into them just because your clock is ticking. They have to be the right situation. For us to be together 20 something years and we never got married, who knows what that 20 something year relationship was like?
Yeah, I'm not
Maybe
doing
they
that.
both only maybe they both only knew how to be toxic. Maybe they never knew how to show each other that they loved each other, they appreciated each other. Because those are the type of things that you need when you have a marriage and a strong situation, even a strong relationship, not even a strong marriage. This person needs to know that I can count on you. Like you said, I lose my job. I need to know you won't hold me down. If it's either one of us, we got plenty of people who still ain't recovered from 4 years ago from the shutdown, who lost their jobs randomly and you didn't know that shit was gonna happen. But if you didn't have a solid person in your corner who really was here to hold you down, they really loved you, or you had plenty of people who was like, now I'm stuck in the house with this bitch and I really don't like her. Like, or I'm stuck in the house with this dude and he really ain't shit. He never really was doing nothing. Like, so we kind of gotta still evaluate them situations and make a strong assessment of that person before you say, I'm gonna be with you and I'm gonna give you my dad's name. Cause that wasn't something I just took lightly.
And if I'm not, like I said, I can't speak for nobody else, but I can speak for me. If I'm not who you think I'm supposed to be, because like I said, I know me and I know how I date. Anybody that I dated can tell you what type of person I am, whether we're together or whether we were together, and what type of female I am. So I can only speak for me. Like if like I'm talking about from dating to a relationship. I'm not even counting the dating part, because the dating part could have been for 2 years or a year or whatever. And if once we're in a relationship, you're gonna see who I am while you're dating me. You may not get every part of me, but you're gonna see the type of person I am and my character and all the stuff that you need to see what to decide whether or not you're gonna be with me. If you don't see that, fine. If you do see it, great. And then we start dating and we start being in a relationship, that's fine. So that's I'm gonna say it like this. So 1 year of dating, 2 years of being together. Yeah, you should know whether or not you want to marry, because I'm not like the type of person I am. I'm gonna be me. You either gonna like me or you're not. And if you don't feel like I'm for you and you don't feel safe and secure, or feel like I'm that person for you or not fit that, that's perfectly fine. That's your option to choose whether or not you want to go forward with me. But for me personally, I'm sorry, I'm not at any age, well, not at any age. At 25 and above, I'm sorry, I'm not wasting my time for people. Like, I'm really not. If we don't like each other and it don't work out, because you can see within 6 months of relationship whether or not it's gonna work. So some of that beside you, that whole you that you present in the whole dating time, I'll see it when we're actually together. Let alone, because most people move in after year one of actually being in a relationship. Some people move in that quickly. I'm not that person, but some people do. I have been that person before, so I can speak to that. And you see how a person is day in and day out. If you can deal with that all day, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you see that you still like me, okay. I'm not doing 5 years with you and you saying, oh, well, I don't know. That's max for me. I'm not doing 5 years with you and you don't think that I'm wife material, that I should be worthy of a ring. If you don't feel like I'm worthy of a ring, guess what? I'm out. Like, it's not even like, for me, it's no ultimatum. I'm not going to tell you shit. I'm not going to be like, well, you better give me a ring by such and such date or we're not going to be together. No, I'm just like, you
That's
know
what I was
what?
about to
I don't think
ask.
this ain't working out for us. And that's perfectly
Just
fine.
about to ask y'all.
Huh?
How do we feel if you say like, all right, well, Hype, we gotta be married in the next year, or
I'm
I'm
never
leaving.
saying that to anybody.
No,
And
no,
that's
no.
and that's what you're
Look, all
missing.
right,
I'm never saying that to
now,
anybody.
no. I'm not just, again. I don't want this to feel like I'm just attacking you, because I want this to go to everybody, because I want the fellas to answer this one too. If you get the ultimatum of you gotta propose to me in the next 9 months, 10 months, or we not gonna be together. All right, so I proposed to you. So now what? Do you feel good about that? Like,
So yeah, I actually was in that position one time in my life, where a young lady gave me an ultimatum and said that I had to propose to her. I forgot how long it was. It was either 6 months or a year or something like that. And that was my thing, was like you said, Jaime, it was like that's not a, that's not the right approach to that. I
It's not.
definitely was in a situation where I felt like she was one being unreasonable, because we weren't in a position to be even considering marriage, because we were still having fundamental, well, I would say fundamental, completely fundamental, but it was like there was enough things that were not going correctly in the relationship, as well as, to give me that ultimatum, but I had issues with her just felt so disingenuous. You know what I mean? It's like how do you tell me to propose to you in 6 months, but you haven't given me a plan on how you're going to correct your own actions and your own situation in those 6 months? You know, so how is the ultimatum on me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had already talked to her about the issues that we were having. You know, now if you're in a situation and the person and you the two of you aren't communicating properly, that's already a problem. You know, that y'all haven't discussed what the holdup is, or what your expectations are, or what you really want out of a situation. Then you're already having a problem right there, because the communication's not there. So throwing an ultimatum out there,
Yep.
out of nowhere,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is bananas. Is bananas.
That part. I just think ultimatums as a whole, no matter who is on, what the ultimatum is just not good. That's like saying, if you talk to someone, I'm not going to be your friend no more. Or if you do this, I'm not going to bow. Like, that's just weird. Ultimatum as a whole is definitely going to be a slap in the face for you, because you sat there and did it, and now you mad because they don't want to be they don't want, like,
They
you
don't
think it's
want to
gonna work,
capitulate to
and it
what you
ain't.
want. Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's stupid. Just if you feel like I said, if you feel like it's not for you, and like to Willie's point, if you feel like, if me and you are dating and you feel like, you know what, I got, like he said, I got issues that are unresolved, we didn't get past these humps. No, I'm not expecting no proposal out of you. That's weird. We got stuff to fix. Like, I don't want to give too much of my business, but I had somebody recently say some like shit like that. Once we just get married, I'm like, first of all, we got shit we got to work on. Ain't no it would never, like, we had shit that we dealt with. We got to deal with this stuff. We got to deal with this, that, and third. Like, this stuff that we need to do for ourselves to even be in a relationship, not let alone anything like that. Like, I don't, like I said, I take marriage seriously. I'm not getting married because we got kids together. I'm not getting married because we talk to each other or we've been on and off for 16 years, or I'm not dating you because it makes sense because we've been together for so long. None of that. If I don't really love you or fuck with you heavy to a point where I love you and can't nobody say shit to you because I knock their ass out, love you, we're not getting married. I'm sorry. I can love you and you still be wrong. And guess what? Nah, I'm good. I ain't even expecting no proposal. You propose me, I'm gonna tell you no. Like, what? That sounds crazy. I'm not like that ridiculousness. No, I'm not with none of that. If I love you and you love me and I can feel it and we feel it, like, you ain't, I don't gotta get an ultimatum. You should know what it is.
Or not only just the love. I mean, we got to remember that, you know, being in a business is not just about love. It's not just about being comfortable in where we are now. It's about, like you said, it was about that elevation, about building something. It's about
where we going, where
we going, where we
all
going.
that stuff too. But y'all, like, I'm just saying, like, I really got to really love a person to like with all of that.
Oh yeah. But my other thing about that too is to one of Haim's points was that, you know, in terms of where you're going in a relationship, because, you know, you may not have, some people may not have marriage on their, you know, on their target. You know, they may be like, hey, you know, I'm just happy being in a long-term relationship. But the thing is that even through that, you want to be able to say, okay, you know, we're doing more than just standard dating. We're doing more than just, you know, eating and fucking on each other. We're doing more than just, you know, it's like, you got to be able to say, okay, you know what? We're helping each other grow. We're helping each other be better people. We're helping each other, you know, build something together. It could be, you know, buying a house. It could be starting a business. It could be even helping each other through, you know, getting better jobs, getting education, whatever it is. If you're helping each other through life
on your own, all that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that I think that some people think that, you know, oh, well, you know, we got history or we got this and, you know, it's good. And it's like, well, yeah, but if you're stagnant, you're at a standstill and it's not where everybody wants it to be, because, you know, sometimes you may be like, okay, well, we did this, but then now we haven't done these, you know, 1, 2, 3 things, you know. Like, again, you do have to have that communication. You do have to have those conversations. You do have to have those goals in mind and those things on your purview. Well, you know, your outlook for the relationship. But you got to communicate those expectations. But the thing is you have those conversations and things aren't moving in that direction, then you got to make that decision. What are we doing here? What are we really doing?
Can we go back to the proposal situation too? Because somebody's album, Propane album, they said like the problem with the internet is now you see what the rest of the world is doing. Your
Mhm,
relationship is getting fucked up based off something somebody else is doing. I
mhm.
proposed to my wife, like I said, in the house with nobody in there because we were going getting dressed to go to dinner where I was going to do it. I'm not the kind of guy who likes niggas in my business. I don't need Willie and Sonny over here at table 7 going, "Oh my God, that's so nice." Now y'all arguing because y'all been together for 23 years and your ass ain't proposed yet. You know what I'm saying? Or you do, or somebody's live and you don't even know these niggas. Like now the whole restaurant is all in your situation and now it's become a whole production. Then what if she says no? And you done did all this shit. You got the kids all in the "Will you marry me" t-shirts, and she like, nah, it's not really the time. Like,
Yeah, but
and like you said, that 23-year relationship, Sonny just said, like in a relationship, you might have some shit that we need to overcome, some shit that we still working on. Just because we've been together 23 years don't mean that we've worked on all that shit and perfected it. And we
yeah,
got to a point where we're like, I want to be with you forever and ever. Now, if you have him and her on the life insurance and on the business plan and on the bank accounts and all of that, then you
I
motherfuckers
wanted
on
to
the
be
ground who we're
dependent on
talking about.
everything. I
That's
mean to
what
be the beneficiary on everything.
yeah, so you need my last name, okay? You need to be Mrs. Hustle, okay? you can't you can't still be Mrs. Anderson with
I asked my work husband,
everything.
he married? I said, listen, in case y'all go together, like y'all always doing something together. So in case something happened to both of y'all, what's gonna happen to me? I need
right, yeah, right, right. But I mean, to that point, hype. I mean, the thing is though, is that you don't have to do some big fanfare. You don't have to do some huge thing. You don't have to do something public. You don't. And I get your point on
No,
that. But the thing
what I'm
is
saying
that
though, bro, is the
but
internet is
no, but
telling you you're supposed to. And that's what
no,
getting these
no,
people
no, no,
minds
no. That's
weaving.
not what we. That's not what we saying though.
That's why
Like,
that becomes
that's
Willie. Hold
twisted.
on,
That's twisted. My
Willie.
thing is this. This is my thing. I when I got married the first time, I didn't do some big giant internet thing. When one of my boys he did his proposal, he didn't do some big thing with his whole big family. I've seen people do private things. I've still not seen. I know of people that have done private things. I know of people who've done things where it was like just a couple of different people. I've seen. So I think that Smooth know how to come in here and start some shit. But I think that what it is, it's just the approach. You stopping a girl while she driving a car to McDonald's to get some chicken nuggets and going, here's his ring, let's get married.
Oh wait,
That's
yeah, I
not a
wasn't
proper
pumping that joint.
proposal, bro. That's not a proper
That was.
proposal. That is not
I
right. That's some
I
BS, bro.
agree.
Like no, let's not even give him no credit for that. He gets no credit for that. You can take a woman to dinner, to a show, to something, and be like,
A midnight
after
stroll
that
or
event,
party.
after that situation, and on y'all walk home, you get on your knee right in front of her crib or in front of y'all crib if y'all sharing a crib and propose to her with nobody around. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. I've seen people do a little proposal in their own bedroom, but they don't deck the bedroom out. They got flowers, roses hanging from the ceiling. People do stuff the way they want to do it, but the thing is that it doesn't. It has to be. It has to have some feeling behind it. It has to have some purpose behind it, not some. I just want to shut you up. I just want you to stop bugging me about this. Take this ring or leave it. That's yeah. That's what we're talking about.
That's what I
Now,
did.
what you were saying earlier about Willie about if we're not progressing between this and you don't know if she got your back. Sometimes that's all people know how to do is about their selfish needs. Shut up. Yes, Clint just threw me off.
Shouts out to my
Um,
man Ceiling Fan Smooth in the comments.
wow.
Smooth said,
Yeah,
"Shut the fuck
silly.
up." Go ahead,
Yeah,
Dane.
cause everybody. No, everybody got different motives, and some people don't have that drive to get better. They just want to be with somebody, to be with somebody. They don't have
Yes,
that,
yes, yes,
like what
yes.
Sonny was saying about if we're not progressing or growing together. Maybe they don't have the right mentality, or maybe that's all they do have is trying to be with that one person, or this is the girl of my dreams. I know a guy who married, I'm not going to say the race, but just because he had a big thing about dating certain race, people from a certain race, because it was a turn on for him. And I'm thinking when I'm just going to meet his now wife, like she's going to be bad. Beauty in the eye of the beholder. I'm just like, okay, that's what you go for. That's what you go for. But I hope he wasn't settling, and she actually does. He actually does like her, not just because of her race. You know what I'm saying? So some people just got some objective priorities.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
like
for
you.
sure.
We can't get married because I like you. Because I might not like you in a day or three. I gotta
And you know,
love you.
and
I
and
gotta want to be
and,
with you.
and, as far as
Some
the
people get
internet,
married on a life.
in no, and so, as far as the internet weddings and proposals, that's I guess that depends on the personality of the person. If you really love that person, you know what type of proposal they might want, or see what type of extravagant or non-extravagant proposal they want, or if they want a proposal at all. Some people just want to
Mhm.
date. Some people just want that. Hey, we don't have to get married, but we can just be with each other the rest of our lives. Some people are cool with that because some people think got a different mindset of marriage is a sham, marriage is a government-made thing. So
Right.
you got all these different outlooks of why people do and don't get married. Like I was saying before, though, if that woman doesn't put not an expiration date or proposal like what ultimatum, like hey, just to let you know while we're dating, I am dating toward to get married. She don't have to put a timeline or date on there, but like after like, she could say after X amount of years, if we're not married, not to rush them, but she does have a right to do that. Say, hey, or not even just her, it could be him
He,
too. Like
he does too.
because yeah,
So,
he
I'm
does
like,
too. He
so
be like,
guys do
hey,
hey,
it
I'm
too.
look,
They want to
I'm
Yeah.
look,
hey,
propose.
Dame,
yeah,
if she tell
because
you we gotta be,
some I know some girl actually proposed, told this guy, turned down this guy's proposal because she wasn't ready, because she was
Mhm.
nervous or scared or whatever. I know somebody
Mhm.
personally. She's saying that she got
Yeah.
turned down multiple offers, but she doesn't want to get married yet.
Mhm.
So
hey,
it goes
Dame,
both ways. Guys want to get married too. I was one of them. I
Oh,
waited two
okay.
years before I asked my wife.
So what do you
Right,
what do you
honey.
mean by the status quo, Smooth? What do you mean by the status quo?
if she tell you we gotta be married in 3 years, and we met New Year's Eve
No,
of 23. So what if I propose
that's
now? What if I propose in February
not
of 26? Is that not cool? Like,
not
no, it
that's the
had to
thing
be in
though,
January.
because
That's my
I mean,
problem with
that's
the
that's also
ultimatum shit.
that no that's also a cool point too, kind, because think about it. Marriages and proposals are supposed to be spontaneous and from the heart. How's that from the heart if she giving him an ultimatum time and date?
Cop,
How's that
copy.
spontaneous and loving if she likes that type of things?
I agree wholeheartedly, my brother. Only thing I was told was to ask my dad for my hand and make sure my nails are done.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I don't even got my nails done, but okay, I don't even get my nails done. But I feel like to what my comment said, y'all giving the internet too much credit for a lot of shit, especially this.
Too much power.
It's too much power, and it's not. It's very simple. Like this is why I say you got to know who you dating, let alone who you about to marry. You know what type of person it is. Whether she like surprises, whether she like a big fuss done about her, like whether she like the attention all on her. She like extravagant shit. If you marry a girl that likes extravagant shit and all that extra shit, she gonna want that. You picked her. Don't be mad that that's what she want. That ain't what you want. You married her.
Copy.
You dated her. You know what she wanted. You knew how type of person she was. So if you chose that type of female that wants the big extravagant, the balloons, the bells and whistles, and all the extra shit, then that's who you chose. I pray that y'all got money for that wedding. Um, but not every girl wants all that. Not every girl wants that attention. A lot of people are actually shy. It's very awkward to be asked in front of people because what if you actually gonna say no? Now you done did this extravagant thing and you no. He might want to slap you. He might get mad. It might be a big to do because he spent so much money on this extravagant thing and then you just said no to him, like to James' point, because she may not be ready and you did it way too soon. It's conversations, and not necessarily ultimatums. It's just conversations that you should be having. Do you like some at some point in the relationship you should be asking, like, do you like what are your thoughts on marriage? You should be having these conversations. all this stuff should be have a conversation well before a proposal even happens. You shouldn't be waiting.
Right.
Can
Yeah.
I-
Agreed. Yeah.
Can I interrupt this topic
Wholeheartedly.
for what this comment just said?
No, well, I'm about to say, wait, don't talk about the game, Dame. I'm not live.
No,
Dame, you
not
know, all right,
this
thank you.
topic.
All right.
No, I'm keeping my cheers to myself. Okay,
See, you just told me what's going on. My bad. Go ahead.
I hate you.
Yeah, so Jessica said that men don't want to get married. That's lies. Men are going with the flow cats. They just want to fuck, eat, sleep, and shit. And yeah, no, that's not the case across the board. There are men that want to be married. Like Dame
I
wanted
also
to be
would like a
married.
cold
I wanted to
Gatorade
be
from time
married.
to time.
There's
Marriage number 2.
got to a point where he wanted to be married. Men want to be married. They just don't want to marry y'all. So like,
Hey, whoa, that's space. Wait a minute. Now I'm here.
Hey, cat, chill out.
No, but that's my thing though, is that people.
Well, no, because I'm
people
not. So I'm not.
No, I ain't talking about you.
No,
son.
no,
I'm
no,
talking
no.
about-
So
I'm talking about
I will
about
say this:
people in
not
general.
everybody
I'm talking about
agrees.
people in general. Yeah, I'm
No,
talking about
not
people.
everybody. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of the people that believe. I'm not going to make a bold a statement that in that way to say men don't want to get married. It's a lot of men that don't want to get married. It's a lot of men that do want to get married.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm not going to say men
as
as a whole heart because that loads you up to say that all men don't want to get married. And there's some men that actually do want to get married. I've met quite a few. They do want to get married or whatever the case may be. And it's great. Hopefully they're getting married for the right reasons. But yeah, it's I do think that I think that like to everybody's point on here, if you're a person that wants to get married, you need to be send that to that whoever you're talking to, your potential person you're dating to. You want to tell them that at the beginning. Don't waste your own goddamn time. If you dating somebody, you say talk about marriage, and they're like, I don't ever want to get married, and you want to get married, go on. He already told you he didn't want to get married, or she told you she didn't want to get married. And if y'all cool with that, if y'all both don't want to get married and y'all want to be in a forever relationship, you want to be a special person in the old bit, be that. That's none of our goddamn business. But like I said, ultimatums are a no-go just for me personally. I think ultimatums is just stupid for you to do because it's not going to go the way you want it to go. And if he married you and it don't work out, he's going to resent you because he wasted his time. He could have been dating somebody he actually liked, whatever. But for me personally, I do want to be married. I do want to be married. Right now, I am in the mindset of that if I meet someone that I call my person and we're dating, when I meet them and we start talking, I'm going to be saying, hey, I would like to be married. I want to be married for the right reasons. I'm not putting a stipulation on it, but I'm letting you know from the gate I want to be married. If you don't want to be married, he has a right to say, hey, you know what, Sonny, I don't want to get married. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your services. Good day. I'm not going to waste my own goddamn time. I'm not going to change your mind. I'm not going to do none of those things. You don't want to marry? You don't want to get married at all? Because XYZ happened and all the stuff happened to other people? Cool. I'm not for you.
See, I completely agree with this because I hate niggas who go to the club and you looking for a church girl. How you looking for her?
No, and then be getting mad. You met me at the club, so you want me to change.
You met me at the club and you say I go
I'm
out
shaking ass at the club. Why you talking about I gotta stop shaking ass?
You met me, I was drunk, and then you tell me I got too much Hennessy in the house. Like we can't have
What did Luda say? What did Luda say?
Move, bitch, get out.
You can't turn certain people into a housewife.
right. But but that's the thing. I think that a lot of people have their needs. A lot of people have their requirements. A lot of people have their expectations. It's not the same across the board. We all want to see certain things in our relationships. We all want to be like Jessica say, I could care less to be married because there's no difference to me. Smooth was asking about, if what if a woman is okay with the status quo of just being in a relationship with no pressure of marriage. Some people can't handle that. We were just talking about how, how we were saying like there's a lot of men who aren't ready to be married because, they're definitely waiting on the pressure to be put on. So, there's not everybody has the same requirements. There's people who do want to be married. There's people who would love to have that type of institution around them. Some people want it for religious reasons. Some people want it for security, for financial, for whatever the case may be. So I think across the board, you definitely have to have those conversations. Like Sonny was saying, you have to have the conversations. You have to have the expectations set and be able to either make that decision that's right for you and the person that you're with, or move on. So
That
let's
part.
let's get to the next topic because we've been on this way too long, way longer than I planned. So we're gonna jump straight to my boy Cat Williams. Like I think
What do you do?
he definitely had the what they call it, the interview of this of the century, pretty much interview of the year for sure. And the year just started. And he came to the it was the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay show, and which is on YouTube, and I think they're up to 35 million views, the second highest rated or highest viewed interview format show in YouTube's history. Only
just beat
second
me out.
to another show that had like 50 something, which it's probably going to close in on that. So definitely doing numbers, definitely got everybody engaged, definitely has a lot of people looking at what he or listening to what he's saying. What did you guys think of the interview? Just a quick thing of what did you think about the interview? What do you think it's going to do for not just comedy but for the industry in general?
Anybody want to go first?
I hate this type of shit. I hate people who do these type of interviews just start saying anything just so that we can talk about them on our platform, so that the world can talk about them, so that 50 million people can look at this goofy shit and see you just say any fucking thing. Shannon ain't even asking no question. Tat talked for like 32 minutes straight. As soon as they start the show, all he said, "Hey man, Cat Williams, one of the best comedians," and he just went like a run-on sentence the whole fucking time about everybody. He just came in with like bullet points. I'm gonna talk about you, and you. He ain't asked you about none of this shit.
Yeah.
So people who do this shit is just like, I bet you hear now Cat Williams will be the fuck on tour. I bet you hear Cat Williams is coming to your town. I
Yeah.
bet you hear all about this shit because I don't have anything to promote, nigga. You don't have promoting yourself. Anytime you go on anything, you promote yourself.
You about to get them, yeah.
Anytime I come on GFT, it's to promote myself. Anytime Sonny's on, Willie's on, like anytime we're on here,
What?
it's to promote ourselves. Like, so
Hey,
that shit
hi.
is a
When do you ever
publicity
promote
stunt to me.
yourself? What do you
How to Hustle
promote?
podcast behind
Do you have a
every Tuesday at
podcast?
2 o'clock on GFT
Okay.
Radio Network. Of course I do. Custom Hustle World, custom sneakers, jackets, jerseys, 4 versions of the sneakers, the 1s, 2s, and 3s. And Shannon
Yeah.
Sharp, your nipples shouldn't be hard in this photo, bro. Like, what's going on? Let's get a
He
tank
got
top
excited.
or something.
He like booty holes too. Now I'm playing. I don't know. I'm just, it's a joke. Didn't mean I don't want to be sued.
That shit was a publicity stunt, is what it seemed to me.
So for me, I felt like it definitely was a publicity stunt. Whether or not he spoke his truth is neither here nor there. I felt like it was a lot of people got brainwashed watching that interview, and it's not necessarily in the bad way. Like a lot of people lost their own way to think and just ran with everything he said.
Mhm.
So I'll get more into that when we
Right.
But I don't hold on. But I will say this: I don't believe he was lying that whole interview. But continue.
Right. Go ahead, Dane.
Man, where do I start at?
Shit called Two Truths and a Lie.
There's a lot of people
That part.
who had a lot of different opinions. I listened to I dove down deeper to the rabbit hole throughout the week.
Just give us a quick opinion of your opinion
No,
of it.
no, I've been waiting for this for 3 months. No, but it was very entertaining
Mhm.
for the most part, because from like I told you, I looked down the rabbit hole. There's some truth to a lot of things he said, and there's some embellishments of 3,000 books worth. That's
Yeah,
there because that's.
I'm sick to death. Sick to death of his foolery.
My daughter is currently
Wait,
3.
What
She's not
I
reading
missed something. What did I miss?
He said it was 3,000 books worth of something. What'd you say? I don't even.
It was 3,000 books of embellishments on Cat Williams' part. Come on, 3,000 books.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so it was some levity. It was some humor, and there was some serious stuff that he was exposing the industry for what it is, and it isn't. So
yeah,
just take it with a grain of salt.
Well, I definitely feel like that he definitely actually let me read these comments real quick because they coming in fast. Jessica said that the Cat Williams spoke his truth. That's the problem. People are just too used to sugarcoaters, lies and bullshit. That when people call out others, people act like they're aliens. He had an opinion, and that's okay. She said, unfortunately, this was in response to what Hype was saying. She said, unfortunately, that's what social media is about. And how most of these famous people make money. They bash each other to promote whatever they are about to have coming up or going on. That's the world we live in today. Smooth said they talked about him first, which is true. They definitely talked about him first. So he decided to get on this show and reveal his truth. He said, plus his interview was more than just him talking about other people. Also, he was performing. He clearly said it on the show. He definitely said that on the show. And then he said he went on there to entertain. That's what he does. And so, yeah, and I share the same sentiment that Smooth had, because a lot of people are complaining about the interview style of what was going on. And what we have to remember is, first, a lot of people have never even watched Club Shay Shay, so they don't even understand what it's about. They don't understand the format. They don't understand how it works. But he clearly said at the beginning, this is a conversation. This is, we're going to talk. And Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp mentioned it, I think halfway or 3/4 of the way through Cat's tirade, that he just came in and just went off. And he allows his guests to talk. He allows his guests to have their conversation and to shape this interview, this conversation. Is not just an interview. And I that's one thing I liked about it, was that he definitely let the man say what he had to say. He did have a few times he interjected, or he added his own little, like, hey, what about this or what about that? And then he had his cards that he wanted to at least shape the interview portion of it so that he could at least get the information out of Cat, which I think he did a great job at, because he had a preset number of questions that he wanted to ask, and he wanted to ask them regardless of where the conversation was. He wanted to make sure he got that information out of Cat, and I thought he did a great job at that. He did a great job of his research on Cat, understanding where Cat came from, where he's been, and then wanting to get the insight and the behind the scenes of all of that. Stuff that I definitely didn't know, stuff that I definitely didn't understand. And to get that kind of information all in one spot. I mean, it was a long interview. It was almost 3 hours long, 2 hours 40-something minutes.
Yeah.
I almost 3 hours.
But I've definitely watched a good 2 hours 20 minutes of it for sure.
I watched the whole thing.
I definitely didn't make it through the whole thing.
Yeah,
I sat and watched it the day it got on YouTube. I sat late night. As soon as it went off, I said, all right, I gotta go to bed.
yeah. So
I was at work.
Some of the stuff we were just talking about in terms of what he said in there. I know a couple of us had mentioned that he said some things that was his truths, or things that he may have embellished on, may have added, may have his own perspective of. One thing I wanted to quickly touch on was, what was your thoughts on some of the things that we definitely have either gotten receipts on or have gotten clarifications on? What were your thoughts on, like, his position on that? Do you feel like it was him being malicious, him being or him speaking from his own perspective or his truth? Or what was your thoughts on those items that we did at least get some type of clarification or receipts on?
Oh, so like I said,
I think it's all the above.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ladies first.
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, I don't think, because a lot of people get pissed off with the conversations I've had. They got pissed off with me because they just like, well, because a lot of people run with the nobody said he was lying, or nobody said it wasn't true. I think people did it in the manner in which they felt they needed to do it. They felt like not answering doesn't mean that you did anything. Steve Harvey, like I said, if you did something, you did it. Why would you say something? Because it's going to be a rebuttal behind it. So it's like, you might shut the fuck up anyway. But for those who were quiet because they didn't even feel like biting the bait, that's up to their choice. But for those who did respond, I felt like Ice Cube did a really good, and how he did a quick video and basically said like what was clear. I don't think Cat was being malicious. I think he was being funny in some of the stuff he was saying, but I don't think he was being outright malicious. I just felt like he was being funny and exaggerating a little bit because when he mentioned about the Friday about the scene and stuff like that, he was like and how Ricky Smiley wasn't supposed to be paid money. Mike Ice Cube said no. A lot of comics came in red for both sides. Ricky Smiley was one of them, and we thought he was a better center than what he initially wanted to be. So he cleared it up without saying Cat. He didn't say Cat was lying, but maybe he said it from his perspective. Maybe he didn't know that, because if you're coming on, you don't know who interviewed for what. You just coming on audition, and you don't know what I'm sure if he said 300 and some odd people, you don't know what everybody interviewed for. So maybe that's from his perspective of that part. Ice Cube said that in the script, it had nothing about. Well, he said it was no rape scene. They wrote the script. And they also said that, unlike how he said that the part that Cat Williams got wasn't supposed to be a big part, but Cat made it his part, and because how great he made that role, he gave him more airtime. So that was good. But I like the way he addressed it. Luda, I didn't listen to Luda because it's no.
It wasn't because he did a jingle.
But no, and it wasn't like, because I heard snippets of it and I was like, it was like overload for me. It was like everybody was and every time people was just saying shit, and it was like, oh my God, it's just no thing. And then for me, I feel like if the ideal that every black man that has ever performed in drag at any given time sold their soul. So we're talking about, we all grew up on A Living Color, right? Wasn't David Allen Greer, Jamie Foxx, and all of them was doing dressing like females before they even got big famous?
Hold on.
So at what point did they sell their souls? Because they were doing that prior. And then I said to somebody today, I was like, so now you're saying you don't want to watch Madea anymore? Because like this is why I say the whole brainwashing thing. Because now it's a thing of, okay, so now I can't watch so-and-so no more because they did that in the third. And they, now they XYZ, they so I can't watch them anymore.
Hey, Sonny.
What?
Hey, Sonny. With your point, you have to take it with a grain of salt, and as comedian, because think about it. Cat Williams said he put in his contract that Ricky Smiley. No, I'm just saying. But how do you put in your contract that if you're gonna play in a movie with Ricky Smiley, Ricky Smiley has to wear a dress? But it's just, that's funny.
It is. But Dame, this is why I say people are brainwashed. You got people that's sitting on social media really arguing and having real beefs because they really believe that. They are believing that everything that came out of Cat Williams' mouth was the gospel. Y'all
was funny.
Old as hell, and y'all can't think for yourselves to understand what's funny and what's fact or fiction. That
was the funniest.
Like I've seen. That's why I said it's an overload, because you can see multiple, like even Cat Williams told his truth. He told everything he said was fact, and you believe that wholeheartedly. You ain't think none of it was a ha ha he he moment. You believe everything he said. So now like I said, if you're a logical thinking person, you wouldn't believe that. You know that he was being funny. He was being, ha ha he he. But it's people that really on social media beefing over this.
Yeah,
this is why I said from the beginning I hate this shit. It's because
that part, right? Ain't none of them paying y'all bills and y'all that mad.
Hold on, Sonny. Let him finish.
This is just like when Popeyes made the chicken sandwich and then told you that it was the greatest thing ever, and then started a whole fucking debate.
It was at the time.
But this is what I'm saying. All this type of shit is this shit that I hate. You notice I never talk about any of this shit because it's stupid. Right? The nigga is a comedian. We can't get mad at a comedian for trying to be funny. When a comedian comes on, a comedian's job is to make you laugh, is to entertain you. That's his whole fucking goal. Like I said, there's two truths and a lie. You don't know what the fuck is true and what the fuck is a lie about all of the shit that he said. I couldn't possibly make it through 3 hours of that shit. I made it for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. To what Sonny is saying, hold up.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, Steve Harvey did this interview saying their entire goal is to put us in dresses. The one thing I always said I will never do on anything that I'm acting on is wear a dress. They always have us in dresses And like you just gave a rundown of every fucking body. Remember on the Steve Harvey show, Cedric was grandmom, not Steve though. They always do that to us. That's one of those things that they always did to still demean us and still like put us down. The same shit with like the blackface shit that Dave Chappelle quit over.
But wasn't in Liver Color by the whole Damon Wayans and them?
Yeah, it was by them, but you think that the motherfuckers still didn't say, hey, you know, would it probably be funny?
No,
Well,
to each his
they
own.
had-
You
No,
guys about to say, and that's the thing. They had. I mean that the fact that it's produced by a black production company or a black executive producer doesn't change what they think is going to hit. You know what I'm saying? You see, Tyler Perry wrote all his own plays, did his own productions, and he still thinks that Madea is the funniest thing to ever hit comedy.
Thank you.
So I think that it's definitely it's more of a brainwash thing, in terms of like they just think that that's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the way the interview went and the things that he was saying, I definitely feel like there were some things that he was saying that were obviously either in jest or, like you said, trying to be funny. Some things that it was like, damn, like he said this, and it's like, is this really true, or is this something that he's embellishing on or adding to? He got to wear a dress in the contract thing. That was wild to me because honestly,
yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Honestly, I don't think it would make a difference if it's in your contract or not, because Ricky Smiley gonna wear a dress regardless. He don't care.
He was doing that. He was doing that back when he was commenting.
He
But
loves
think
wearing
about it,
that
but-
dress. That's everything you can put in your. I'm putting in my next contract. It ain't gonna make a difference. The man's still gonna be in the dress next time I see him. I actually saw him in the mall and didn't know it was him because he wasn't wearing a dress. But
that's
but
Wow.
I think that Smooth said he made Ricky Smiley cry, and I think and so the point Sonny made a point earlier is that I think each individual is responding in the way they think they should respond. The only wild thing to me that somebody's brought out, and I think a couple of people have said this. I've seen this in comments on Twitter. I've seen this. I think Ryan Davis might have mentioned it when he did his commentary.
I like this thing,
a couple of people did. A couple people talked about this. Was the fact that nobody responded about the wide face, ugly, light skinned wife comment. Like, why would they defend their wife? I don't know. That's wild to me. None of y'all.
They would defend their job.
Y'all wife against Cat Williams, but also the one thing I liked about Ryan Davis's commentary, and I think Sonny touched on this too, is just the fact that like people are definitely it's definitely kind of a dangerous thing, and I think like you said, that's the reason why we saw it, Smooth. We saw the video of Ricky Smiley crying. I mean, he didn't really say why he was crying, but it was definitely like this is definitely the after effects of whatever just happened with this interview. This man was on there crying and upset. He cried on both this random video, and then he cried while he was talking about the situation. But anyway, the thing about it was the thing that he mentioned was how dangerous this is in terms of how there is definitely going to be these pockets of people, large pockets of people who are going to believe everything 100% across the board just because Cat Williams said it. Just because Cat Williams has this platform, he has these things he's going to say, and he speaks with such fervence, and the delivery is impeccable. They're going to believe everything he says. Then you're going to have these other pockets of people who are going to believe a lot of what he says, regardless of how ridiculous it sounds or how crazy it sounds. They're going to believe it, and even if it's not verifiable or anything like that, like he was talking about with the Cedric the Entertainer stealing jokes situation. And, I personally feel like comedians who steal jokes, that's trash. You know what I'm saying? It's just like rappers. Rappers are supposed to write their own rhymes. Comedians are supposed to write their own jokes. You taking somebody's joke and claiming it for your own without giving credit. all you got to say is, hey, this is a classic, or this is an oldie but goodie. This is something, I heard a buddy of mine say and I just loved it, so I'm going to give this to y'all. Whatever you say, however you present it, don't present something as your own. And Cedric Entertainer has a bad habit of doing that. It's been proven. They got the receipts on this stuff. But the thing is that the dangerous part of that is that, there's going to be certain people who are not going to verify or not going to take their own time to do the research to make their own determination on this. Now, my opinion may not be your opinion, because I was on somebody's group, and somebody posted this about that the Abominations joke, and the Abominations joke is from the Designing Women.
Designing Women.
And it was told by Meshach Taylor. And then you got Cedric Entertainer comes back and does a version of it, right? And he did adapt it. He changed some of the things. He changed some of the approach. And honestly, it was a bit funnier in the way Cedric told it versus the way it was told on the show, because the show, it was just like a quick funny versus he built it up to be even funnier. So it was, in certain people's opinion, it was a different joke. They felt like because he made the joke his own, it's a different joke. So their opinion of it versus my opinion is two different things. But you're going to have some people out there who are not going to check, are not going to look, they're not going to whatever. They're just going to make the assumption. They're going to make the statement, Cedric Entertainer steals jokes. That's all they're going to roll with. They're going to make the assumption that Ludacris sold his soul, that Ricky Smiley has to wear a dress whenever he's on set with Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make these wild assumptions because of something wild that Cat Williams said, just because he said it.
Yeah, because now because now everybody thinking that if a comedian now currently wears a dress, then he sold the soul.
Yeah.
But it goes a lot of ways, because we can't have our cake and eat it too when it comes to men wearing dresses for comic views and laughs or whatever, because there's been lots of not just black men but white men wearing dresses too. Robin Williams and
Jim
Mrs.
Carrey,
Doubtfire.
the best on
Jim Carrey. Then you got Dustin Hoffman and Tootsie. It's a lot of acclaimed people, doing this. We can't pick and choose our, are we going to be offended by this one because he's white, or this one because he's black? Pick a side. Is it going to be funny or not funny? I just think it was kind of disrespectful and funny at the same time that he said Ricky Smiley is more funnier in the dress playing as a woman than he is as a man playing himself.
He said the same thing about Tyler Perry.
Yeah, it's like you they play better roles playing a woman in a dress and drag than they do playing as a man. You can't play a man. You can't play something that you born. Yeah. And Steve Harvey, he's another one that's
money. He not responding. Tyler Perry, like, I'm over here minding my business. Because I got Tyler Perry production. Everybody worry about you.
Against the wall. What was that? Why did I get married? You didn't believe he was
mad.
Right.
That's why he was mad.
He was trying to show you his range of emotion, and it was horrible. Okay, he wasn't playing a very good man.
But guess what? That man owned the production company and everything else. So whether he in the movie or not, that nigga get money. He ain't worried about Cat. And what Cat got to say.
It's probably Cat Williams' contract. He had to wear those dresses too.
But that's the crazy part. I love Cat Williams. I learned a lot about him in that interview as a whole, and like it's stuff I didn't know about him. So I was like intrigued. Like, okay, so we learned more about Cat. It was hilarious.
But what? Aries Spears did make a comment about the whole interview. He said comics are going to do what comics do. They make each other laugh, make people laugh. Like people are going to side with whoever they think the GOAT is. Like people think Cat Williams is a GOAT. People they're going to think what he said is gospel. They're going to say Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is the GOAT. They're going to side with Steve Harvey. So you got
Steve Harvey was funny.
Like Sonny said earlier, people got brainwashed, and you can see who the brainwashed people are. Hype isn't one of them because he hates this whole thing.
When did this movie come out, y'all? This movie came out like 25 years ago. We're really sitting here having a whole conversation about Friday. What was it? Friday After Next.
Yeah, Friday After
Almost
Next.
30 years.
We really, that's what I'm saying. Like, we really still harboring feelings over 1998.
Cat Williams had to get it
Well,
off his chest.
well, no. Well, no. Let's not say Cat Williams. It wasn't Cat Williams. It was
No.
Ricky Smiley.
He didn't-
This is all
Oh, yeah,
Ricky
Ricky
Smiley.
Smiley
Yeah.
said it. Yeah, Ricky Smiley said that
Yeah.
he could have
See,
been.
He started
the
it.
He could have
thing
been
is that
Money
a lot
Mike.
of people, well, that's the thing. A lot of people are attacking Cat over his comments. The thing is, he wasn't the one to bring this stuff up. You know, this stuff was brought up by other people, and I think that's why he came on this show to like say, okay, you know what, you had them talking about this stuff, and I mean, he said that during the interview. He's like, you had these people talking about this stuff, you didn't check them, so I'm here to check them. So
Copy.
you know,
Excuse me. Let
Yeah.
me apologize to Cat because I'm not checking for Ricky Smiley in my daily life and what he's interviewing and got going on. So I didn't
Right.
hear that. So now let's turn the tables to Ricky Smiley. Are you still talking about some shit from 1998, an audition that you did? Why the fuck are we still talking about this? Why is this important? Why does this even matter? Do you remember the nigga who walked past you with the water cooler in '98, Willie? Are you still mad at that nigga?
right, yeah,
You wanna
no,
do, you wanna do a
and
whole
that's
episode about that nigga?
exactly, and that's the thing, and that's the reason why this was like, it was like, it made sense that he was kind of like, you know what, I don't know. I think some things he did take a little personal. Some things he was just rehashing because he was like, hey, this came up recently. I'm about to bring it up too. This came up and I'm about to go on this person. And then I think as a whole, and this is where I do have to side with Cat, is that there's a lot of people who have definitely tried to disparage and dismiss this man. But to still want to be in the same space or the same category, or even try to downplay his role in comedy, I understand his need to be like, you know what, don't do that to me, don't be like that with me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we all know Cat has definitely been on some shit at some point or time, and we can all agree that there's definitely been some times we didn't understand what he was on or what he was doing. But the thing is that, I think he's a person. And when you're a person that feels like, not that I don't think he feels the world is against him. He just feels like this group is against him. And he feels like anytime they start to gang up and they start to do their thing, that's his time to come back and say what he got to say. He found a platform. That's what I think happened. That's how I feel.
And even this,
But-
like, Cat was popping 15, damn near 20 years ago. Like, why are we talking about this shit? Like, I know that'd be just my problem with this shit. Thanks for the spoiler, Dame. Some of us haven't watched the game yet.
So I say,
so
about the
Smooth.
brainwash. Oh, go ahead, because I was going to respond.
Yeah, Smooth says, nah, to say people are brainwashed is dismissive. Just because we don't agree with them doesn't mean they are brainwashed.
No, I feel like, so for me to say, because I don't use that word a lot, but I barely use it. Matter of fact, I don't use brainwash.
Appreciate
I
you,
say
sir.
people are, when I say I feel like people are where we're brainwashed, is when you're sitting there going so hard, like you like when you can't think for yourself and you're just going off of a interview, and you're like going hard on social media, like full on arguments. I'm reading my people I know in real life on their statuses. I'm like, hey yo, why you
It's
going
hearsay
hard?
at this
This man
point.
ain't paying your bills, ain't doing nothing for you. You believe everything he said. You don't even believe what everything your friends say, everything your mama say. You believe everything that man said because people were speaking on him and he finally spoke up. Shout out to Cat. You sat there, you spoke your truth, you came from your own perspective. I don't believe anything you said was malicious. I thought half shit you said was hilarious. I enjoyed the thing. I cracked up the entire time. Sometimes I was like, yo, he wilding out. Like when he said about the wives and all that stuff, I was like, oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But
Right.
like I thought that was fucked up. That's probably the most fucked up thing he said outside of when.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Outside of Ricky Smiley,
he shouldn't have brought the wives in there.
Yeah,
That was wrong.
But the funny part,
but other than that, he spoke how he felt, and you can't, and I can't be mad at him because, like to everybody's point on here, people been gunning for him for a minute. So, like I said, I enjoyed it. I watched it. I love Cat Williams, but yeah, I do feel like when you're a person of an own sound mind and conscious and thought process, you shouldn't take what everybody say, especially, come on, it's a comedian. You knew he was being funny, and take it at full face value and going on social media having real beef with people you know in real life over somebody that don't even know you. I feel the same way I feel about the Beehive, about the situation, and everybody know how I feel about the Beehive.
Don't get started.
And she who shall not be named. Hell no, she ain't carrying them goddamn babies. You know that. You know that. We know that. And for people that believe that, brainwashed. You already know. Those brainwashed. You can't think for yourself. Come on now. You done had kids. You sitting there saying she had them first two. She may have had the last two. She damn sure ain't had Blue Ivy, but you know. Continue.
Right.
So my thing is, this is how serious it is. Comedians will take up for each other and take up for themselves when it comes to joke stealing. But when somebody talk about their yellow, ugly wives, crickets. So I don't know why that is. That was a joke within itself too, because he had to go off on the wives like that.
No, not at all.
But they started doing a lot more digging. They're bringing up Steve Harvey's past now. In his, because he had some controversy about a couple of months ago about him and his chef, his private chef, having an affair with Marjorie.
Oh shoot, that's crazy.
Oops.
See?
If you feel that way, that's fine. If any person that actually carried a kid, know the goddamn well she ain't had a baby. And if you did, you part of the Beehive. Now I don't respect you,
Sonny.
Somebody said she out here looking like Sailor Moon. I don't know. I asked for a video. I need to see it. I'm like, she like Sailor Moon. Send me that picture. I need to sit there and laugh.
Why you gaslighting her?
Beyonce. If y'all really love Beyonce and part of the Beehive, save her from Jay-Z. He over there drugging her and y'all ain't helping her.
Not drugging her.
Well, that's because
Sonny, are you brainwashed? Sonny over there believing all the.
If you see her when she at these functions, looking like a goddamn zombie courtside and everything.
Terrible, Sonny. Terrible.
That's because they couldn't get Aaliyah. Oh.
I'm mind my business. I don't want to make y'all mad and nothing, but save your girl.
Terrible. See the lies she speaks. She's spreading. I know, right? She's trying to brainwash people. Smooth. She's trying to brainwash people.
Wow.
Oh man. So I feel like there was one more question I wanted to ask. Okay. Oh no. What was the what? Okay. So the one thing I wanted to find out from y'all was what was the most unexpected either clarification, revelation, or truth or receipts that you saw after that interview? Like what did you see after the fact and go, dang, like he was really telling the truth about that?
That he didn't that out of the interview, Shannon Sharpe stayed professional, and somebody brought up that usually trained professionals, even journalists themselves, have a hard time sitting quiet while let the person speak. And they thought Shannon Sharpe did a good job, but it's a couple of questions that could have been answered, like, if you weren't on drugs, what happened to you getting choked out? I mean, because my man was fighting kids and getting choked out by kids years ago.
He claims he wasn't on drugs when that happened. He just, that kid just
no, but
he said he's never been on any drug except for weed.
No, he didn't any hard drugs.
Ain't every drug hard outside of weed?
I was about to say, what's considered? What are we talking then?
Shrug emoji.
The softest drug, as long as it ain't lace, right?
Right.
Shrug emoji. So,
and then
he was on the edible. I think the
high dose.
Right. What about you, Sonny? Was there anything that you found out that was unexpectedly true?
Well, no. I just was surprised that Gary Owens replied. He had me cracking up because he said he didn't understand if he called it straight or not, and he had to go ask Black Twitter like what happened, and Black Twitter told him that he was okay because that just means he ain't sold his soul. And he's like,
right,
okay.
Right.
He said, oh, then he right. I am. I like my crowd. I was surprised that he even responded. I thought that was cute.
That was a good one. I was following Gary on that one. That was hilarious because he was like, I'm confused. Was he dissing me or was he giving me respect? It was like they was like, yeah, no, you was good. It was a compliment. It was a compliment.
He was like, oh, okay, because I asked Black Twitter. I had to ask them.
Like, right. Hey. The only white man I know on Black Twitter all the time. Yeah, that's one of my favorite comedians right there, Gary Owen. Smooth said, first of all, he didn't expect that kid to fight him. That's facts. He definitely did not expect that kid to jump on him. I didn't see that. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, he did.
Mark Curry confirming Steve stole his shit.
Dude,
that was
the whole bit
that he was sending money from girls to give to the other comedians. But I always knew Cat held it down for the people he had on his team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every Cat Williams show you watch, any of the Pimp Chronicles, all that. He had his people. He had Red, he had Lunel, he had Camacho. What's the other? I can't think of the other people.
Yeah, Red.
But like he had those were like his front runners.
Lunel, and it's another guy. Yeah.
But like he made sure his team was taken care of, and to know that was one thing that a lot of people were confirming. A lot of comedians had his back. Yeah, he always showed us love. He made sure, like, even if I got paid, I got extra money.
Right. Yeah.
He brought a lot of people with him. And Lunel, that's my girl. Melanie Camacho is my girl. And you know, I can't forget Red because he got that little loose neck baby with the loose neck, and he always talk about the Maury stuff. Always had me
down. There was something that did come out. Was it Bernie Mac's daughter did a post on TikTok confirming what Cat Williams said, or a lot of things. Like a lot of people who didn't mess with her dad, you know, they want to mess with him after the fact he's dead. He's been dead. I didn't know it was this long. He's been dead for 15 years now.
Oh yeah. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Hey, 15 years went by that. Man, what was I doing? Yeah. But she did confirm a lot of stuff that Cat Williams did say, and give him his roses. That she did appreciate that, because some people, you know, she did look side-eyed, you know, at, you know, his funeral. Like Bernie's wife. She like looked at Steve Harvey.
Bernie Mac's role in a movie. Yep. That was one of the ones that surprised me, was that Steve, because I hadn't heard about that, and then when I heard it was true, I was like, wow, that's wild.
But it's how he did it. That's how you gonna call the producers after my man got the role to say that I could do a better job than you?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was kind of funny how DL Hughley got off. I'm like, wow. So, you know, DL.
I think he gave DL his props about.
Yeah, he gave DL his props
because he was like, yeah, DL's hardworking. He's like, DL's still out here. He's like, look at the rest of He was like, yeah, no, DL's still out here. DL's still doing his thing. And then it was somebody else I think he had mentioned besides, it was DL, it was Gary Owen. He gave Gary Owen the biggest props. And it was somebody else.
It's somebody he missed. Yeah. That he said, I wish you would have talked about me good or bad. What's his face? Crap. What's the name? He was in Play Friday with I can't think of his name.
Yeah, well, we'll come back if you remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, this one thing I want that I liked when I saw. This was on, I think it was on Facebook. Somebody posted, Cat Williams owns his own comedy tours, pays other comedians up to $300,000 to tour with him, has 19 comedy specials, appeared in 30 movies, randomly has women deliver thousands of dollars in tips to comedians whose comedy and work ethic he appreciates, and adopted and raised 7 children and one of his own. But y'all are posting about how many books he couldn't have read, how fast he can't run, the fact that he can't fight, and anything else he couldn't possibly have done. Are y'all serious? This is the thing. This is the other thing that surprised me. Did y'all see the video of him running that 4.40? He said he could do it in 4.3, which I'm like, hey, he did a 4.4. He could probably do a 4.3. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was telling the truth. So yeah, the man ran a 4.4, a 40 in 4.4 seconds. So yeah, he killed it. So
no, I didn't say anything about his speed. It was just the amount of. It was the amount of books in a short time.
Yeah, he said. Well, he said 3,000 books in 5 years. But yeah, But no, I was the how fast it can
Mike
run
Epps.
was the other surprise and receipt that I saw.
Mike
I
Epps.
already knew about the scene stealing. Dave Chappelle, yeah, he gave Dave Chappelle a lot of props too. I think Dave Chappelle is probably one of his favorite comedians. He mentioned as well. He said people forget that Dave Chappelle just dropped a special and no one gave a damn. Yeah, he did. He just dropped another special on Netflix. That was one of my favorite Cat Williams things too. Not on YouTube nor Tubi.
Oh yeah,
Every
but
time he
Cedric
kept
the
saying that-
Entertainer does have a special on Netflix. It's been on there for a good minute.
Yeah, he does. He has one. He does have one. But yeah, Dave Chappelle just dropped
that
a new
was
special.
funny
He
when
actually
he
dropped the
said that.
special. I believe it was either right after the first or right before the first of the year. No fanfare, no controversy either, though. I mean, surprisingly, he always has some kind of controversy at every stand or after every special. But he dropped that one, and yeah, nobody even batted an eye. So
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
watch
Maybe
it. I feel
maybe
bad.
Cat
I like
Williams was a
Dave Chappelle.
distraction from Dave Chappelle's new comedy special. Who knows?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'll
It was
definitely
no.
check
The
it out.
first part it was
I'ma
funny as
definitely
ever.
watch it. I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone lately.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yellowstone.
the first part of it was the funny. He gave a description. I'm not going to ruin it for Sonny, but yeah.
Oh, Smooth said it was trash. He didn't like it. But yeah, but that was another thing that what's his name, Ryan Davis mentioned was that comedy is subjective, and Kat said that he didn't feel that Cedric the Entertainer was funny or had never been funny or something to that effect. That's subjective. I think we all have our
He was
favorite
funny as hell in
comedians
Barbershop.
or our favorite type of comedy. Like I know people who don't like stand-up. I know people who don't like skits. I know people who don't like random funny moments. And some people, me personally, I don't like pranks. So everybody has their own brand of comedy and their own favorite comedians. I know a lot of people who love Mike Epps. I hate Mike Epps. Mike Epps is like the least funniest person I've ever seen in my life. Like I found nobody else that is that unfunny to me. But the man is obviously making tons of money being
Mike
funny.
Epps' show on Netflix is
So I think
funny
it's
as
definitely
hell.
subjective. What was that?
Mike Epps' show on Netflix is funny as hell. Now Wanda really be carrying the show. Wanda.
Oh yeah, I
and
watched that
Ray
show too.
J
Yeah.
from Living Single. Yo, Wanda be fucking killing me on that joke.
On what show is that? Is that the one where they're a family or something?
Yes. What is it? The Upshaws. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the Upshaws.
Upshaws,
I watch
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
like it.
So that show is not funny to me at all.
I wouldn't watch his comedy. I
wouldn't
wouldn't watch his
See-
comedy shows, but
Yeah.
Copy,
like
Sonny.
that.
I'm not watching them.
See, I don't like him in movies because he be over the top. It's like I don't like over the top stuff like All About the Benjamins. It's like, oh come on, dude, really? It doesn't have to be that.
I think All About the Benjamins was it was either that one or First Sunday. One of those two was the only movie that I laughed at Mike Epps on one. It was one part, like one
Mike
little
Epps
tiny
wasn't
part.
on
I
First
laughed
Sunday.
one time. I gave him that, but that's it. Like that was,
he
it
wasn't
was
in
one of
First
those.
Sunday.
That was Tracy Morgan. That was Tracy Morgan.
Oh, that was Tracy Morgan. Okay, so then
Tracy
it was.
Morgan was there first Sunday with Bo Peep and what's the thing?
No, what was the one with Ice Cube? It was a church movie.
It was Ice Cube and Tracy Morgan was robbing the church. Cat Williams and
Yeah.
Ricky Smiley.
Oh,
Ricky
okay.
Smiley was
So
in that
Be
okay.
smiling in a dress.
Yeah, that's my daughter's favorite movie.
Okay, so maybe it was All About the Benjamins again. But yeah, that there was one scene he said something and I thought it was funny. I didn't like fall out laughing, but it was like I was like that was kind of funny. Like first time he made me laugh in his whole life. That was it. Never again have I laughed at Mike Epps ever. Like I don't understand what's so funny about him at all. Like I've never laughed at his jokes. So.
No, it's one movie I did think he did a good job in was Jumping the Broom. I went to go see that years ago.
Oh, okay.
He did a good job because he didn't go over the top. He
wasn't funny.
acted. No, he acted. That's why I like acting. I don't like over the top.
Oh, okay, yeah. Smooth said he agrees. Mike Epps is horrible. Man, I'm telling you, man. It's like, what the heck? Like, I don't get it.
But there's people that love him because he got a big following.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, he sells out stadiums, so I can't be mad. I love Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, D.L. Hughley. That's a lot of comedians that I really absolutely just enjoy everything that they make, and no issues with them. But then, there's a lot of people who don't like Kevin Hart. There's a lot of people who don't like Cat Williams. There's a lot of people who
Yep.
don't like DL. But I like all three of them. So all four. I like Dave Chappelle too. Dave Chappelle is probably one of my most favorite comedians of all time. And there's tons of people who don't like Dave, more controversially, but funny as well. Like I know a couple people who enjoy either Mike Epps or Cat Williams, but they do not like Dave Chappelle. So subjective.
It's people that like Dave Chappelle earlier days before he went on his hiatus.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Then when he came back, he became more political.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I think that's because they just find his controversy too much,
Right.
They like his comedy. They just don't like the controversy, which will turn you off. You know what I'm saying? Because even if somebody is funny, you might feel like the stuff that they're talking about is either not appropriate or not something that you want to hear. And that'll turn you off from even thinking that they're funny. You know what I'm saying? And it may be something that you would have generally enjoyed if they'd have just kept it on a certain tier. So, see, Smooth says he doesn't think Dave is funny. I forgot who you said you like a lot, Smooth. Let us know in the comments who's one of your more favorite comedians, modern or classic. But yeah,
The one thing I questioned about my wife is she was alive while Chappelle Show was on and she didn't like it.
what was that? Who was that?
Red flag. My wife, she didn't like Chappelle Show when it was on. I told
Oh,
her it was
okay.
a red flag. It's probably what helped me out for 10 years.
Oh, Patrice O'Neal. Yes, Patrice O'Neal.
No, he's funny.
Hugely funny. Love Patrice O'Neal.
Underrated.
Very underrated. Yes, a lot of people don't even know how funny that man was.
Oh, that's one thing Tracy Morgan brought out. Not Tracy Morgan. Ari Spears brought out how the GOAT debate. Everybody got like Cat Williams brought up the GOAT. Like, how can you be the GOAT if you don't do X, Y, Z? You don't have any specials. You don't have this and don't have that. Like Bernie Mac didn't have a stand-up special.
Oh, right.
And he considered Bernie Mac the GOAT.
Yeah.
Then he talked about Faison Love. Faison Love don't have no stand-up specials. So you keep put him in the same boat. Those two in the same.
That too. Yeah, he was like, how does this line up when you're saying this person is so great, but they never had specials, and then this person is terrible and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't line up.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can go on for days, just like the basketball debate.
Or
Would you say some Hank?
Faison and Bernie, nobody has them as number one on their list unless their last name is Mac or Love.
Well, I don't know who would have Faison Love on any list anyway, but definitely.
Tiana Love.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know he was a comedian.
Honestly, seriously, yeah, I didn't.
Because I thought he was just an actor trying to be funny. No, I didn't think he was a comedian.
Yeah, I had no clue that he considered.
Not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just
that's crazy. No, same here. No, it's crazy to me because I would have never put him in the comedian arena. He's not even a comedy actor. Like, I don't even think he's a comedy actor for real. Like, what? When?
That show.
He was on Friday. He was on Friday for 3 minutes.
Parenthood tainted.
Parenthood. Zaria. Come on.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
You don't know what the Parenthood is.
You don't know who Zari is.
No.
Oh,
I'm so.
Shouts out to Zaria. Shouts out to my man Dame. Shouts out to Zaria.
Who's Zaria?
We'll talk later.
Oh, his daughter.
What, the daughter on the show?
Oh, okay. I'm like lost. Like, what? I thought you talking about a show called Zaria. I'm like, bro, y'all making up shows at this point. I don't even know. But I wasn't a TV watcher for years, so yeah. I watched TV up until I was about 12, maybe 11. I didn't watch TV again until like the last 5-6 years. I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, you missed all the classics of the '90s then.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I mean, unless it was on Disney, that's about the only thing I got to watch with my kids. That's about it. So if it wasn't on Disney, I didn't see it. So, but anyway, but great show. As always, we definitely try to bring you guys all the hot topics. We definitely touched on these heavy. We'll have to revisit some more of our trending topics next week, or some of our join the conversation topics next week, and then move on from there, because we definitely have a few more I definitely want to touch on. But in the meantime, tell the folks where they can find you guys. Go ahead, Hank. I don't know where Sonny is.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Also at Custom Hustle World on Instagram, Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. CH4s are now available. That will be the 4th version of my sneakers. The 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s are available in any color that you can put together. Also, the custom jackets, the custom jerseys, however you need it. Flip flops, barber capes, you making it happen over there at Custom Hustle World on Instagram only. Tomorrow, GFT Radio Network episode 127 will be debuting at 2 p.m. sharp. Dane.
For sure. Go ahead, Dane.
You can catch me at Another Level Up on Instagram, Shinlo21 on Twitch and Xbox Network, Checkmate21 on TikTok, and we have something special for you guys. Dance Perspective is back.
All right, for sure.
Like and subscribe for details so we can send you the link.
Right. Sonny, you back?
I can do Sonny's.
You can have sex with Sonny because those DMs are wide open, fella.
Well, make sure y'all get with Sonny at IamSunny_D at IG, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. Visit her over at unreservedlyme.com, and make sure you guys check out her new show, Unreservedly Us, on Thursdays at 6 p.m. She'll hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That's how you'll find out.
She'll let you know.
Right.
The internet will let you know when Sonny's on.
She said 10 p.m. So Thursday, 10 p.m. Make sure y'all check out Unreservedly Us. We're gonna get it together, Sonny. My bad. We still it's
been a couple of months.
Still brand new. We got to get it together.
It's my first day.
Right. Sorry, I'm bouncing around all these different things.
All right. Hey, Will, where can we meet you? See you at?
It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG and Twitter. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. What's wrong with my thing? That's weird. Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. I think I updated it recently. Make sure y'all check out the new music that I'm listening to over there. Some Detroit music, some worldwide music, but definitely some hot Detroit tracks over there. So make sure y'all go check that out. Visit me over at williestyles.info for all my links. You know where to get me. You know where to find me. All right. Until next time, you know where to catch us. GFTradioshow.com for all our links and all of our where you can get our merchandise, our socials, everything, all over there at GFTradioshow.com. Make sure you join the conversation over at the Facebook.com/group/GFT Join the Conversation. Listen free on demand, 24/7, all your favorite audio platforms, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Play Music and Apple Podcasts. Until next time, we are out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, GFTradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Perspective, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTradioshow.com for all of our audio and video